Hello, this is TechMan88, and I've found out a way to do a reasonably simple farm that's really fast, about 12 game ticks, which is about the fastest you can do it without using the zero tick stuff, which makes it much more complicated. So I'm using piston mechanics here, and I'm reading when the tree grows. When this repeater powers this block, that powers this piston. That piston is updated by this redstone signal here. So as soon as the tree grows, like instantly, it's going to pull this redstone block down, and that's going to pull down these redstone blocks, and they're going to redirect the signal into the piston here. So that means instantly when the tree starts growing, when it grows, this piston will have already started working. This is the video slowed down. So when the tree grows, it's instantly going to be powering this piston here, which is going to push down these slime blocks, which is going to pull down this redstone block, which is going to depower this piston, and also pull down all these redstone blocks all in the same game tick. And that's also going to power these pistons here. So that's a whole lot going on, but I think the machine is pretty simple. And it means that you get basically the fastest machine that you can get without doing the crazy zero tick stuff. And this is like literally it. This is basically all the logic for this tree growth. This is the same thing from the back. This is like the standard dropper dispenser arrangement you would usually see. And I've just got some command blocks to put some bone meal in there. But maybe the more interesting thing that I don't think I've seen on any other tree farms, besides one that I've done quite a while ago, is this redirection to activate the pistons instantly. So yeah, this gets pulled down all in the same game tick the tree grows, and that's also going to redirect the signal. And also one thing to note here is that this has a length of 2 instead of 1 like I've done on all the others. That's to provide an update to this piston, so it actually activates instantly. And the last thing back here is this redstone dust, which is just to update this piston. You wouldn't really need this otherwise, but redstone dust is really good at updating anything near it. It has a pretty huge update radius, which is often a source of lag, but here it's a pretty good source of updates. And you can see, like, instantly when this tree grows, the piston is going to be pushed down. I can make the video even slower. Yeah, it's pretty crazy looking at it this slow. So that's the basic idea of what this does. And I don't claim to say this is like the fastest tree farm by far. There are much, much faster tree farms. But yeah, just using all these piston mechanics to time other pistons, that means that you're getting the 3 game tick mechanic out of these pistons to time other pistons. So it all works out properly, like 12 game ticks total for the whole thing. So this is a completed build with a blast chamber here. This is almost directly copied from Ilmango. I increased the timing a little bit. That seemed to improve the rates that I got out of this. And yeah, the leaf crushers are just like kind of a standard leaf crusher arrangement. I will turn it on so you can see it working. So it allows the leaves to grow in this area right here. And yeah, I gotta turn this on. So that's gonna auto place the saplings. And apologies if this gets really slow, but yeah, the leaf crushers just come in here, break the leaves, and you get plenty of saplings back for spruce and birch and oak. You can't run jungle, I don't think, in this, which you could do on Ilmango's new farm. And yeah, I just piggybacked the leaf crushers right off the same signal that's powering the double piston extender here, because that is actually a 3 game tick pulse, and that's just about perfect for leaf crushing, even with a solid block like dirt, because the dirt doesn't have any time when it's there, so it can't cause the elevator effect where items flow directly up. And down here, this is the water collection system. The farm is simple enough that you can actually do this with success. There's some things that just end up in here, and they get kind of tossed around, and I think they usually end up somewhere near the player. So it just kind of works out. It's chaotic, but yeah, makes it quite a lot easier. One less part, like a sapling dispenser. And obviously you would probably want a log sorting system. You would need 3 hoppers to handle the amount of items that you're getting out of this. So one thing about this farm is it can lock up kind of like this, where the farm is just stopped and it won't fix itself if you forgot to turn on the TNT duper. So what you do if that happens is you just press this button here. This is just going to like run through the piston motions and let it move again. And something I was doing before is this one that just holds everything out. This might just be a nice option to have. Just this lever back here. You wouldn't normally need to use it at all. So if you want to use this for oak, it's really important to do this step. I mean, really, really important. Is you want to just go place an unmovable block right there. So that'll prevent the big trees from growing. And yeah, if one of those big trees grow, oops. Oops. Yeah, so if one of those big tree grows, it'll knock a whole bunch of pistons out of place. All the leaf crushers will break. It's really annoying to fix. So I don't really know how other people develop their leaf crushers for these farms, but what I do is something like this, where I just disable all the leaf crushers and see where the leaves grow, and just try and match the pistons up to that. So you'll notice this kind of has the shape of a spruce tree and a birch tree. So yeah, now I'm just planting birch, and I'm just deleting all the blocks like that. So I will turn off birch and turn on spruce. And yeah, I should probably just run the leaf crushers once. So yeah, now I can see where all the spruce leaves go. And yeah, there's just a piston behind every one of those. And I could have done a couple more up here, but I was getting enough saplings, and more pistons means more lag. This is already kind of laggy as it is. And you might have noticed that this side over here is a little bit different. That's because it needs these dirt blocks here that are used to power the pistons here. So yeah, these can't be sticky pistons. It has to be a little bit different. Over on the other side, they're all just normal pistons, and I forgot to hook it back up. So yeah, that's how the leaf crushers go. It's really simple. They're decoupled from the double piston extender, which I always like to do. I always strive to do that in farms, rather than have everything kind of all dependent on each other. Right now I'm running a test on the theoretical max speed that this can produce logs without any loss from TNT. So the way I do this, I have a stopwatch running, and I have this command down here, clear TechMan88. That's just going to tell me the amount of items that I accumulated, and I cleared my inventory when I started the stopwatch. So just like this, 1002, and now I can just use the time and the number of items. So after calculating the results for a 3-minute test, I got about 20,000 logs per hour, which I'm kind of surprised, because in some of my tests, like normally with the TNT dupers, like with possible items getting exploded, yeah, I was getting about 20,000 in that case as well. So it's kind of confusing. It might not even be worth developing a more complicated TNT system here that actually tries to avoid any item loss. Maybe something in 1.15 is a little bit different. I'm not sure. It seems like the items don't usually land on the logs here and get destroyed by the next TNT. So yeah, plenty of items coming up through here. So just to prove this returns enough saplings, I'm just going to run it in survival for a bit. So just got a auto hotkey script holding the button down. Started with 64 saplings, and it can take a little bit for them to start getting returned. But yeah, it seems to be doing just fine. And about where you're standing when you do this, you kind of want to be like in this corner here. I think that's about right. So you collect some of the saplings that land right there. And there is a drawback of using this water collection system, is that really I've only got one way to get out. This could be considered kind of a disadvantage because you have to do this little move here to get out. And the trapdoor is on the side here. That's just to prevent saplings landing there. I saw that trick used in Ilmango's double spruce tree farm. So anyway, just to reiterate, this is for 1.15 only for the spruce mode, just because the spruce won't grow in this configuration. But in earlier versions, 1.14, maybe below, I think this should work fine with birch and oak. I probably won't do a tutorial for this, but I will have a world download just in case you want to look at it. And if you want to build this TNT duper, I would look at Ilmango's video. But basically the main thing is when you're building it, you place the TNT under here. So the next time you activate it, it won't blow up. But of course, the main thing that I'm proud of in this whole thing is just being able to do this so quickly and so simply. Just using all the piston mechanics, using the 3 game tick stuff that they do. So anyway, thank you for watching and goodbye.